Yo, salute everybody. Shout out and check in. Thank you for tuning in to another Bossy Cafe. About to get into it in 1 second. Give me a brief second. I'm actually just sending this text message right here. Give me 1 second. Yo, salute, shout out and check in. Hey, yo. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, big shout out to Queen's Flip. He actually finished the edit. The video was released today. There was a little complications with the camera angles, so that's why you'll notice that in other interrogation rooms that you would see that the camera angle switch, and sometimes you have the camera actually facing on the person being interviewed. But in this case, there was a problem with the SD card. There's a reading error. So he actually gave me a fair opportunity to redo it or anything like that. But I enjoyed the authenticity of it. I liked how it just came out organic. Even though some people in the comments over there feel like it came off forced, I understood that it was a natural vibe. Now that's cool. Now all day, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I've been going on like a what you call it? Like I personally inside my own head, it was just like, damn, it's appalling, bro, how you could really see the desperation of certain people. I could clearly see, yo, Jay Banks, salute, King. Thank you kindly for that donation, bro. Thank you. That's a big bottle popping, man. He just popped a bottle at 42 in the VIP section, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to Jay Banks, man. What I want to say is this, though, right? You see, the topic of this live was don't bite the hand that feeds you. Unfortunately, some of my biggest haters I'm feeding. And I'm not even feeding them directly. Indirectly, man. Indirectly, I'm feeding these dudes. Like, and then in return, I'm just getting disrespect as they eating off me. And they say like how you're supposed to try to avoid certain things, and now that I actually acquired a small level of success, I'm supposed to level up mentally and not engage in certain things and not you know indulge. But you know how hard it is, man, when you're trying to change and someone is constantly poking at the person you used to be. I don't think a lot of people understand that inner struggle. Like, it has nothing to do with fear, strength, or ability. It's just the discipline of knowing, like, I can't do certain shit. As much as I want to do certain shit, I can't do certain shit because now the end goal is eradicated. I end up losing. Um, but it's just so bothering how you'll see the two people that troll me most showed their true desperation today. They created multiple emails. They made fake accounts. And mind you, I can actually show y'all right here. I can't control the comments on Flip Page, right? But what are the chances, right, that every single person on his damn timeline comments that had something negative to say about me, something negative to say about my interview, is already on my block list on this channel from being a troll over here. So all the trolls that are on the block list over here that couldn't get a comment off these last few weeks, they took to today to try to go for a group sabotage mission. And I laugh because people don't understand, especially in a lane like this, a lane of entertainment, in a lane where the content is my life story, it can't change. I laugh though because in them trying to think it's sabotaging me, they're building a bigger suspense around me. Whether people are coming for the good reason or a bad reason, they're building a bigger suspense around me, building an audience for me. Because whether some people are coming to get the story of a child shooter, or some people are coming to get the truth of was I really a child shooter, or certain people coming because they believe I wasn't. Either way, they coming. So it's like I still got to give a shout out to my haters, but it's also funny when it's like my haters are eating off their slander and disrespect. There's individuals who are YouTube creators who, like, you can go on their channel, their last 5, 6, 7 videos were their best successful view count videos in months. And it's pitiful that they're using my name and the title to eat, putting up crazy numbers, but then they trying to slander me and sabotage me. You don't realize that you biting the hand that feeds you, bro. Whether you want to face it like that or not, you biting the hand that's feeding you. So now, as you're trying to use my content to slander me, to eat off of it, get some type of financial gain, you actually putting me in a position to actually strike your content. You're putting me in a position where I can actually make note of a copyright infringement. And then the next video you're gonna make is that's snitching too. But I don't understand these dudes. The same dudes that say, I gotta stay focused on this. Remember that this is YouTube and you can't mix the streets with YouTube. They be on YouTube acting like we in the streets. They're on YouTube playing disrespectful games that are only played in the streets because there's a rule of engagement on how you're supposed to respond to certain things. And I really laugh because now when I snatch your channel, don't cry. Because I'm giving you multiple opportunities to be your own man. Create your own content. But you can't. Unfortunately, individuals are only getting successful view counts or actually getting content from conflict and slander with real individuals. With individuals who got real stories. Now, when you go to certain YouTube channels, ladies and gentlemen, you're coming on here to be entertained. Understandably, there's different levels of entertainment. But now, when is the line drawn? When is there actually a black and white line drawn for what's acceptable and what's not acceptable for entertainment? I touched on this a little bit on the Queen's Flip show, but that is a major situation here with this YouTube shit. Where is the fine line between what's acceptable to be used for entertainment purposes and what's not acceptable? Now, we have niggas that's gonna use unacceptable entertainment, even though it's unacceptable, because they know how controversy sells, conflict sells. My thing is, how can you base your whole game plan around conflict? Do you not see the lack of longevity in that? Like, it's impossible. You're basing your career on burning bridges. Prime example, one of the guys, he has a channel. He's been on YouTube for probably the last 5 years. Has multiple channels. Channels keep getting struck down. I actually loaded the pistol and shot one down myself. Yo, Phil XR, thank you for popping a bottle in the Bossy Cafe. But now, me knowing this, it's weird to me. Like, you have to have a little bit of an obsession with somebody to say you don't like them, to say you hate them. Well, we guarantee if you just right now spontaneously had to pass over your YouTube login password, I bet you when I go into your watched videos, you watched all of my videos. You actually haven't missed one. So yo, Dogman's Radio, salute, Ken, thank you for the donation. So now I'm trying to actually understand how do these dudes not realize that you look crazy, or do they not care that they look crazy? Is it okay to sell your soul for views? Isn't there a line of what should be done, what should be crossed, what shouldn't? Because I laugh, dudes always hold me to a high regard on what they expect. You feel me? Plus, you should link with Ziggy Black. Now, I don't mind. Facts, you know they tune in more people who actually support you. Exactly, like, in hindsight, when I actually calm down, like I said, all publicity is good publicity. Yo, salute, Eric Harris. Thank you again for popping bottles of the Bossy Cafe. Salute, take a sip to that. Salute, bro. Hey, Miss Sweetie. Damn, I got a call coming in, but I'm on live. I'm not gonna answer it. Salute, Jazz. I just finished watching your Flip interview. Again, well done, homie. Yo, thank you. I'm actually gonna do an open mic tonight and give y'all feedback. Give y'all the opportunity to give me some feedback, like hearing how y'all took the interview overall. Now that you've seen the whole entire interview, I would like individuals to point out things you felt I did good, things you felt I did bad, highlight things that, you know what I mean, you're happy I touched on, and mention a couple of things you feel like I should have touched on. Yeah, the interview is up. The Queen's Flip interrogation room interview is officially up on Queen's Flip Quiet Room channel. I actually shared it. It's in my community tab as well. So feel free to make sure you tune in, show support, and give us your actual feedback, man. But I would like to tell the people that did tune in from Queen's Flip that don't know me prior to, you know, the interview, and they might have been swayed by the comments or maybe curious because of the comments. I ask you individuals to be a human being, to be an individual, meaning have your own mind, be yourself. I want you to take your own analysis of the situation, and then you make your own decision of me or your perception of me and how you decide to deal with me. And once again, I never ever try to portray an image of someone I'm not. I'm not perfect, but hopefully one day I will get it right. That's the goal. But meantime, between time, through my imperfections, I can use that as a lesson to somebody else that's striving for perfection. They might actually learn something to sharpen them up, because steel sharpens steel. And who wants to be known as something as atrocious as a child shooter, especially when, in hindsight, it's like, damn, I'm over here trying to do what I'm thinking is honorable to the street code at this time, because now people don't realize, as dishonorable as the action itself may have been, I would have been in a lose-lose situation. I'd have been still an individual who was involved in that shit, but now I'd have been called a rat as well. Now, I can't expect certain people to see it my way. I can't expect the world to believe it, because at the end of the day, perception is what runs the world. Perception is what actually determines opinions. And nobody has the same perception on things. Nobody sees anything the same way. You may have someone who sees it similar to you. You may have a similar mind state to somebody else, but there's a bunch of different mentalities. So with that being said, in my journey, mind you, it's new to YouTube. This happened in 2008. That's 12, 13 years ago. So now, naturally, I've been going through this a few times. I went through this a couple times. And every time I handle it differently, because depending on the circumstances, the individual, and the approach, you have to handle things differently. But now, when individuals aren't fact finders, they're straight on a slander campaign, it's hard to get your truth out there, because they're not looking for the truth. They're looking for any little loophole to spin the truth and make you look like shit. And this is what I've been going through with the same individuals for the past year on YouTube. And I laugh because they try to imply that I tried to hide, my reputation, to hide what sent me to prison for 10 years. Do people not understand, when you have a high profile case, high profile meaning it has exclusive media coverage, massive media coverage, to the point where you were on Rikers Island with me at that time and didn't know my case. It was impossible not to. I was in every major newspaper. I was on every major news station. And I was in population. I wasn't in protective custody. I was in population. So now I laugh at this. And as much as I would like to avoid it and not address it, given this beautiful opportunity that was presented to me from Queen's Flip, it allowed me to project my goals, my image in front of a larger audience. Now, with that blessing, that opportunity, who wants it to be tainted with slander? And when it is tainted with slander, who's not going to want to at least try to set the record straight? Who's not going to want to give off a second opinion? Because there's more than one side to any story. And for the record, I never want to try to come on here and ask individuals not to judge me for that and not to hold me accountable for what I did or what role I played that day. I take full responsibility for my role. Outside of my role, I'm not going to keep constantly challenging your opinion based on your personal belief, because I'm not really in tune with a lot of these individuals to know their level of ignorance, to not realize how sometimes a dude may believe you, but the inner childish kid in him provokes him to provoke you. And now he's just gonna say the things that upset you. He's gonna try to just look for anything to make it look like there's a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for your support. Now, as much as I want to avoid this, ladies and gentlemen, please understand, certain things have to be addressed. When people are taking shots at things like your character, you have no choice, man, but to address it, especially when you take into a lane of entertainment. And I thought about this live long and hard, because in my previous experience, some of the actions that I previously displayed, you would expect a different response out of me. You would expect me to come out with another troll video trying to match their level of energy, not realizing that the only way I can match that level of energy is to level down. Now, why would I level down while I'm leveling up? That doesn't make sense. So, like I said, I'm learning the balance. I'm trying to find a balance, and I'm definitely working on the self-control aspect of it. I'm definitely learning how to handle ignorance better, or I'm getting better at accepting the fact that I can't change a coward's mentality. I can't expect a coward to be a stand-up individual behind a keyboard, miles and miles away. When this is all he knows, this is who he's been, this is who he will remain. I gotta accept it. They say you gotta accept the things you can't change. Because if not, it's only gonna stress you out. And it's correct. And it's 100% correct. And I know I'm gonna have bigger trolls, bro. I see your comments, Mr. Richardson. I know I'm gonna have bigger trolls. I know it's gonna get 10 times bigger. But like I said, here in the Boston Cafe, it's proven we turn trolls to moderators. The haters eventually love us if they listen long enough. Because one thing about life, you gotta respect the truth. As much as you don't like it, you gotta respect the truth. You gotta respect what's real. And that's my guarantee. That's what I bring to the table. Real shit. Whether it's something you agree with, something that's not. You're gonna always respect the fact that I kept it real, and I'm remain steadfast on my mission to change the definition of cool, to still try to promote a positive message to the youth, to still try to give up that positive, great energy, despite the hate and shit that comes my way. I have to remember to remain steadfast on my goal, on my delivery, that's going to ultimately bring my dreams to fruition. Outside of that, salute to everybody that's still working. Big shout out to the haters on the bench, because I wouldn't be in the game if it wasn't for you. And other than that, I think I touched on that topic pretty well. There's no need to dwell on it or go any further into it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Rakeem, salute. But other than that, like I said, I laugh at these dudes because you listen to anyone long enough, they're gonna tell you who they are. You feel me? You listen to anyone long enough, they're gonna tell you exactly who they are. They're gonna show you their true intentions. They're gonna show you all the parts of their character that they concealed behind that facade they gave you originally upon the introduction. All that's gonna fade away. And just like with the other dude, like we're not even giving dudes clout, no names. Like with the other dude who's incarcerated, who keeps calling in, making these crazy allegations. We haven't got nothing from him yet, but through listening, through paying attention, how many lies did we catch him in already? How many days past the deadline are we now? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the proof is in the pudding. Actions is always going to speak louder than words. All we did is watch and wait and listen. He exposed himself. He's not the only one. The same other people who go for slander, who go for trying to attack a man's success. You can't fuck with me physically. You can't deal with me on an ignorant level. I showed you that when I was acting ignorantly. When I was running around stupid, not taking YouTube serious, treating it like WWF, running down on other YouTube creators. It's like, if you don't change, you don't level up, you're going to be stuck stagnant forever. I learned from certain mistakes. They expect me to handle things the way I used to. And it's like people keep expecting me to avoid this child shooting incident. Do y'all not understand? I am not avoiding that shit under no circumstances. I am attacking that. I'm embracing that. I'm accepting that, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to title it as. I'm accepting that shit with open arms. With open arms. Let's talk about it. Let's get down to it. Because at the end of the day, I know my role. Period. It doesn't matter who believes what. Because whether I did it or not, I still serve my debt to society for what happened. Anything outside of that, to me personally, I guess because of my level of acceptance and because I know my role and the time I did, I don't care if you don't believe me. And I know that may come off crazy, but that come from me knowing like, yo, if I'd have did it, look at my character. I'd have told you I did it. Cocky, like, yo, I was playing that game, nigga. That's the lifestyle. That's the lifestyle niggas was living. Did I do that day? No. Do I commend what was done? No. If I can take it back, would I? Hell yes. But in that moment, in that stage of maturity in my life, do you not understand how tainted our youth's brains are in that stage of development? There's all type of pride and ego things that come into play, all type of looking for acceptance, trying to find yourself as a man. You end up in situations, you end up making decisions that as a grown man in hindsight 2020, you don't agree with. But one thing about life, there's no rewind button. You can't go back in time and change anything. Can't cry with spilled milk either. You got to accept the good with the bad and understand that's the balance of the universe, period. If it wasn't for me going through what I went through behind this tragic ass shit, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't have had the story that I have now to actually create a way for me and my family. I might have still been out there trying to sell drugs. Now I can sell videos. Dudes ain't gonna commend that. They'll never see it that way. And I understand that. So I'm over the point of trying to prove anything to anyone. You're going to take it how I give it to you, or you don't have to take it at all, respectfully. Because if you see anything about my demeanor, it means more to me to keep it a rap than to act like a coward and lie to you. Or have to portray a certain image to gain your approval. No. Hell no. Because according to this goddamn code, according to these rules and regulations that I done messed my life up trying to uphold, I did what I was supposed to accordingly. I did what I was supposed to. I did what was expected of me in my state of mind and my level of ignorance and my lack of maturity. I made that decision then, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. You want to know why? Because I stood firm on the morals and principles that I said I was going to. I remained a man in the face of adversity. I still had integrity. I ain't say, oh, we caught. Everybody come out now. Nah, I didn't do that. So because of that, there's always going to be the person that's going to question shit. There's always going to be individuals that have their feelings on shit. But your feelings don't change the facts. Your feelings don't change what happened. It's just a feeling. And that's something you're going to have to get over. Outside of that, my peace of mind comes from me that nigga upstairs. That man upstairs, excuse me. You know what's up. I got plenty things I got to answer up for come Judgment Day. Plenty. But that's not one of them. So don't ever misconstrue for a second that I'm trying to portray this image like I'm not that kind of guy. Because in the lifestyle I live, the things I've done in my past, I damn sure am that kind of guy. There's no need to deny it. I was that kind of guy. Let's use the right words. And now while being that kind of guy, with that poisonous state of mind, do you not understand the thoughts, the ideas, or for you to think it's commendable or acceptable? They had a song, 50 Cent had a song, where he said, what says, 50, hold on, it says, wow, connection is unstable while we trying to reconnect. All right, we good. Y'all can see me? All right. They got a song, 50 Cent in one of his songs. Mind you, look at the years I got locked up. The youth, you know, music taints things, gasses you up, builds your adrenaline, the whole nine. They had a song, boy, where 50 said, if you smart, you be shook at me, because I get tired looking for you, spray your mama crib and let your ass look for me. For some people, that was just a ball. But when you was really outside in the streets, really active, niggas shooting at you, barbecues that you attended, getting shot up behind your beat, innocent bystanders getting hit, mothers getting shot through kitchen windows because the bullets bouncing off the fucking grills. There's things that transpire in these streets that if you put yourself in that situation, you put your whole family in danger, not just you. You see, people have this misconception that the street abides by the rules, when the whole lifestyle of the street is breaking fucking rules. And not making an excuse for anything. I'm trying to highlight something here and show you individuals the mentality of our youth at certain stages in their life. That, yeah, they make terrible decisions. That one day they grow up and regret. So now because of that decision, we count them off forever. It's no road to redemption. That man can never change and be a productive member of society. No, that's not true. But now, this is the image that these dudes try to portray. Hold up. I just see somebody in my comments that I gotta get a head tap. You no longer welcome here, bro. Nice meeting you. And I'm trying to convey that message. Use me as a prime example that through the haters, through the adversity, through society saying, oh, we would never change, we a piece of shit, oh, he's this, he's that. Don't let that shit stop you from chasing your dream. Get out there and grind harder. Get out there and get to it. And show them it don't matter what you say, you can't stop me. You're not going to work hard enough to stop me as I'm going to work to win. So let the games begin. Every time you mention my name, it's for the good light or bad light, make sure you put that shit in capital letters. We working and you're not stopping nothing. I know who I am as a man. I know why I stand as a man in this earth. My reputation speaks for itself. I've been around the back. I've been around the world and back. I've been around some of the most grimiest, savagest, manipulative people in the world and remained honorable. Came home with no scratches on my face. Came home with the same reputation I had from prison. Same nigga, straight love, straight loyalty, stand up nigga, never folded, never ran, kept it honorable. Why the fuck would I blow my opportunity or fall victim entertaining a nigga that couldn't do a day in my life? You couldn't live a day in my shoes, brother. especially the individuals that's talking. The individuals that are being so judgmental never once walked a mile in my shoes to have to make the decisions I made. So who are you to judge me? Who are you? Who are you to keep? Who are you? Who made you think your opinion was that important? You see, it's terrible because YouTube is a platform. It's an opportunity where individuals that don't have nothing can take nothing and create everything and have everything, right? Now, people end up using YouTube for the wrong thing. You ended up blowing your chances. You know why I'm trying to change my image? I can put up the same amount of views by beefing with these dudes and get the same check. It doesn't matter. But that's all I'm going to be able to do is get a YouTube check. Who's going to want to help propel me to the next level? Who's going to want to take me to the next level if I'm acting like a moron on this level? If I don't show no growth potential, if I don't show no room for improvement, if I don't show that I want to improve, where am I going? A different algorithm? That's about it. You're never going to win like that. This is why I'm winning now. Because even while beefing with these individuals, I never stopped producing the real content. In between my beefing videos, I stuck to the script. I still produced the regular content for the individuals who don't come here to see all this messy, sloppy YouTube stuff. There's individuals that come here to genuinely hear the stories, to hear the experiences, to genuinely enjoy the content that you create. Then you have the individuals that come here to entertain the BS. This is why me as the content creator, I learned to appeal to both. So in between the beefing, I put out regular content too, so I never lose focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. Now you go to some of these other dudes' channels, their main content is controversy. Eventually you're going to run out of people to beef with. To the point where you're going to start picking people that's not even worth the beef. So now you're not even going to make the views that you normally would make by beefing. To me, which shows no consistency. Without consistency, you can't even define longevity. We're not the same, ladies and gentlemen. For me, this is a stepping stone. A stepping stone for a bigger venture, a bigger game plan. An opportunity to have something as little as this that I can pass off to my daughter. If I decided to right now, I could post one story a week while I still record 3-4 stories a day. And then not even post them until my daughter's like 5 or 6 years old. And put the checks in her name. I have options now. Call it what you want. I have options. There's a million things I can do with this platform now. This platform can go a million different directions. I refuse to let it go down the drain by entertaining niggas that's already in the gutter. You're already down and you're losing. You've been on here longer than me. I surpassed you twice. Now, in surpassing you, you decide to clout chase me. Now, in clout chasing me, you took to slandering me for views. Instead of networking with me, you took to being an op. So now when you did reach out to network with me, I no longer was interested in working with you. So you got left on the bench and was forever an op. To the point now, I stopped entertaining them with videos. I stopped stooping down to their level. I came home focused on my content creation. I came home with a goal, a vision, and through my hard work, in strategy that some may or may not agree with, it worked for me. It put me in a position where now I could keep grinding. I have a bigger audience to grind for. I have a bigger following to keep me focused. I have a bigger responsibility to a larger crowd to make sure I have that content there for you every day like promised. I enjoy it. Because like I said, within this hard work right here, it helps me stay out the shit too. Helps me stay out the bullshit. Keeps me out the streets. Because for some of y'all that's always talking this outside shit, individuals like me that all we know is outside want to be inside now. Because it's dangerous out there. Not in the aspect of a nigga doing anything to you, but in the aspect of you ever having to do something to somebody and knowing that everybody nowadays is telling. There's no more code that dudes stick to. And this is obvious. Yo, thank you, Miss Payful. Salute. And my thing is this, though. You would think that with a grown man or some grown man shit, the level of common sense you expect from a man over a certain age, you would think that they would see like, damn, what is this individual doing that I'm not doing that helped his platform grow faster? What is this individual doing that's helping him acquire the dream I've been chasing for the last 5 years? What adjustments can I make to my game plan? Because now when I compare myself to people doing better than me, I look for my flaws in comparison to their strength, not in the admiration or jealous context, but in an educational context, a self-awareness context. I like to be mindful about shit like that so I can be better, so I can enhance my shit. That's motivation for me. Other people, they take that as, nah, I gotta mess that up. Nah, you can't do better than me. Nah. Everybody thinks that I would instruct this dude's channel because I was worried about him competitively on YouTube. Hell no. You know I struck that man's channel? Because you're using your channel as a weapon against me, but you're not letting me use my weapons against you when I came to your house. You wouldn't even come outside when I wanted to have a regular fist fight. So now, I'm supposed to let you keep using your weapon on me, and you're not giving me the fair chance to use my weapon back? No. Which means I had to find a different weapon. I had to play your game. I had to make the necessary adjustments. Why? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And that's what I did. I waited. I seen I had you locked up on 2 copyright strikes. We waited for the 3rd one. Pow! We shot you down, bang, bang. You hit the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound. Bang, bang. This shit is chess, not checkers. You lost. You lost in the YouTube game. You lost in a YouTube game. A game I'm not even familiar with. I'm a new jack, so to speak. But you taught me a valuable lesson. I could hurt you a lot more like that because you're stressed. I've been listening in the cut because, you know, people sending me your videos. I'm in every title you do. So, you know, even Google's sending me the alerts. But I find it so comical. Look at you stressing. Look at your pain. You're hurt. I hurt you more than my fist ever could with that one click of a button. That one click of a button, bro, hurt you more than my fist ever could. You want to know why? You have no life outside of YouTube at all. You don't have any friends. You don't have no girlfriend. You don't have any children. You don't have a job. You don't go to church. You're not religious. You sit up in your grandmother's house all day and you troll. Life for you isn't too pleasurable without YouTube because it wasn't that pleasurable for you when all you had was YouTube. So like I said, I hit you where it hurt. You got to live with that. You asked for that. It took you 5 years to get your couple thousand subscribers. You was on YouTube for about 5 years, bro. I surpassed you my first 8 months. You were on your live saying that I had 7,000 subscribers when Roski told you I had 10,000. Now I had 8,900 and change in 8 months, though. You've been over here 5 years. You've never hit that number. Now, instead of reaching out for maybe an instruction course, a couple tips, some promo, or just a little feedback, a little growth compensation, instead of that, you took to trolling, thinking you had a remedy. You took to the disrespect, thinking that you'd have got a different win. But you just got a loss after loss. Because I out-talked you, I put up more views than you, I made up more money than you, I got more subscribers than you. I came back and I passed you again on a brand new channel. And then they say things like, oh, but you had dudes shout out your channel. So you didn't, liar. You go on everybody's panel. You be on, like these dudes chase this clout so bad, ladies and gentlemen. I have proof on my phone. But rather than play the troll game and have dudes just come up here and lie and deny, I get the facts, I pay attention, make an assessment, and I keep it stored away. Sometimes I don't always jump out the window. And my thing is, yo, bro, you really lost when you have to start going into different sectors on YouTube to try to build a following because the sector you were in abandoned you as the creator. They got tired of watching you and listening to your terrible content. They decided to just stop watching. It got boring. It was no longer entertaining. You probably trolled 1 or 2 videos that was funny, but once they seen who you were, it didn't last. It didn't last. Now you're back in the doghouse. But it's so crazy. Out of desperation, you really started going to the LGQBT, lesbian, gay, transgender community. There's evidence, ladies and gentlemen, of these same clout chasers in the group chats over there, on the streams over there. So like they show not only will they lie, manipulate, trying to gain a following, they're willing to accept any and everybody. They would even fake. What do they do? My thing is like, what do are you lying about your sexuality? What are you doing? What made you feel comfortable over there to think that you could even do that? Like, I'm not sure where their mind was. Like I said, I'm not, I don't racially or I don't discriminate against gay people. Let the record reflect that. But my personal preference, it's my prerogative about dealing with them. And I choose not to deal with them for my own level of comfort. But even while I was growing my channel, I never once went over there and thought about using one of those platforms to propel my channel. But that shows you individuals that some dudes are so desperate, they don't care. They don't care. They'll lie, make up fake things, and go and talk to anybody, sit on anybody's platform. Like, they have no morals, no standing. They're like the homeless guy. They're just waiting for the opportunity to get in wherever they can fit in, anywhere. And it's just bad, man, because y'all as the people, whether you realize it or not, and acquiring your little entertainment for a few minutes, you supporting it, and it's keeping it going. So my thing is like, I never was the guy that comes on YouTube and tries to tell my subscribers and supporters who they can watch, who they can follow. I never was the guy that tried to tell my supporters and followers to pick a side between me and another creator if there was ever a disagreement or something like that. Nah. But what I do ask of my readers is this. If you do indulge in the childishness that goes down over there, just do me a favor. When you come over here, leave that over there. I don't need any warnings or updates about what they said, because I don't care. I don't need nobody to send me their videos about what they're saying. I don't care. I understand that they're beneath me and I'm their ladder right now. I get it. And I'm no more, no less. I'm nothing but a ladder to them right now. I'm in the algorithm. You could do more views in your video than you ever did if you put my name in the title right now. I got the buzz right now. Shout out to y'all for supporting me and hitting the like button. It just kept me in rotation. And this is why they have to do what they do. Because unfortunately right now in our sector, my name is trending in the algorithm. I'm popping up every time you type in Boss Lee. You don't even got to put in everything. I'm here, we working. Shout out to y'all. I couldn't deal without you. Now, this is why it's working for me. I'm in tune with my people. I don't try to mislead y'all, misguide y'all. And I don't come in here being fake and phony. I throw it all on the line and hope you rock with it. Now, the individuals that will come in here and appreciate that, I don't even see how you can appreciate other individuals' content. And that's not even me telling you not to go. By all means, help you watch. It's your world. I just want to be a part of it. But all I ask is, help me keep that over there. That's it. Just help me keep the weirdo, capping, lying, circus shit over there. Let's keep that away from me. Because I realize it's nothing more than a distraction, you know? And as of March 1st, he doesn't even have a platform that's monetized. So he's going to be on here broke, desperate, grumpy, with a lower view count than he's regularly used to. So you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, he's fighting a little depression right now. He's fighting. He's depressed. So I'm expecting the videos. I'm expecting the slander. That's what happens when you work it. That's what happens when you emulate everything they pretend to be. When you're everything an individual has to lie about being, he ends up hating you for you being everything he's not. And my thing is this. Obviously, I'm on to something you haven't figured out yet. And I'm not even a nigga that tries to keep the jewels to myself. I'm an each one, teach one kind of dude. Let's get lit together. Because now if you get litter than me, now it's your turn to help me. It's a team thing. But you can't put people on a team that were never even socially accepted. You know why? They don't have the true social skills. They don't know how to mesh well in the crowd. They're used to being the outcast, the kid that never sits at the cool table. You know, the one that everybody basically joked on. You smell like pee, you know, things like that. These are the individuals that now can come on YouTube and they have a following. One troll video, one funny video, or one lucky video, they have a following. Now, it plays on their ego. It puts them in mental places they have no business being. But it's because they actually feel like for once they lit. For once in their life, they're lit. Sidebar. A lot of these YouTubers, right? Notice this. If you look at their Instagram or their Facebook, the numbers on their YouTube are nowhere in comparison. Nowhere close. To go to show you, you're not really as social as you thought you were. You're not really as lit as you try to portray. You just actually are on an app where, depending on the title, the algorithm, you will get lucky enough to land on the side of a real nigga's video like mine. Now, you land on the side of the recommended watch with a catchy title that sounds like you really got the drop on something, people will go click that. People will really want to go see what the video's about because of the title. But 95% of the videos they post that you get clickbaited into clicking, you don't even watch 5-10 minutes of. Because it's clickbait. You go in there and they ain't talking about nothing. They're not speaking about anything of relevance. They sound like a bunch of kids. They sound like a bunch of weirdo kids at that. And this is no shot at the weirdos out there. But you can tell these are the ones that were never socially accepted in school. They don't know how to mesh well with crowds. It's obvious. And they show their social imbalances right here on YouTube. But how they interact with people, how they interact with y'all in the comments, how they get so offended and take things so personal. It's like, wait, this is a computer. Now, certain times, don't get me wrong, they get a rile out of me. But the reason you get a rile out of me is the things that they happen to say on here is actually defaming, like defamation of a character. Like, certain things, like I said earlier, have to be addressed. But for the most part, man, you know who's who. All you got to do is watch them and they expose themselves to you. Period. That's it. That's it. Sit back and watch these individuals show you who they are, one video at a time. Because they're going to slip. You will see an inconsistency. The true them will leak out. This is why I try not to be fake. Because I know eventually if my shit gonna leak out, I gotta be me. You're right, Renaz. That's the difference. And this is why I say they have no content. That's why they have no content, because look, that right there. They make shit up. They'll be talking to you about being alive, spend 2 hours saying the same 3 insults, and then on the next breath add a 4th one. They're like, yeah, that's a fact. Wait, what? Where did that one come from? Where did these fucking allegations come from? Your imagination? You're just throwing new ones out as you talk. They don't care about authenticity. You know why? They've never been real. They spent their whole life before YouTube living a fraud, lying, portraying an image that wasn't them. That's why they don't have no real friends. Even in a relationship, this guy's playing Robin to this bozo's Batman. But Robin is the one that told us that Batman was a child molester. Do I need to pull up the video? Yes. Suspect A and Suspect B that are together. Well, Suspect B told us Suspect A was a pedophile. He had a youthful offender case for touching his little cousin. We tried our best to get the documentation on that. This a couple months ago. Unfortunately, he was under a certain age. Under a certain age, all court documents are sealed when it gets adjudicated as a youthful offender. But that's the truth. That's the reality. So now, how do I look at you when you tell the world the reason you stopped dealing with a nigga that you were actually his co-host for? You tell the world you stopped dealing with him because he was a pedophile. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I keep it a rack. Did I see any paperwork? No. Do I have any paperwork? No. But you can look it up on YouTube. This ain't come from me. This came from the same nigga you call your man now. The same one that helps you fight and beef with everyone. The only one who truly knows about you. The one that you always said, Roski's the only one that really knows you. Well, he tells the world that you're a pedophile on his channel. Now, that's your wingman? Now, that's your big homie? That's the one you follow behind, huh? Wow. These are the people that, take to telling lies and telling slander for views. You want to know why? They got to deflect. They have to keep the heat on someone else when you got your own dirt. When you got so much dirt on you, the easiest thing to do is like, yo, look at this. Look. Redirect that attention. That's all they do. One of them is a Crip that's obsessed with Bloods. The other one is a couch potato that verbally abuses his grandmother and has a pedophile jacket. You don't see me up here constantly mentioning this. You don't want to know why? I can't prove it. I'm doing the same thing they do, going off of what I heard. But I could send y'all to where I heard this from. A lot of shit that they make up and they say they heard came from their imagination. Again, we not the same. Again, me and these niggas are not the same. And this is the reality of the situation. So, as I found myself getting upset, as I found myself getting caught up in the matrix, I caught myself, put my emotions to the side, and looked at reality. I looked at reality and I made a comparison. How long have they been doing this? How long I've been doing this? Who were they before YouTube? Who was I before YouTube? Who have they became on YouTube? Who have I became on YouTube? Can these niggas fuck with me? No, they can't fuck with me in any shape, form, and fashion on any platform, on or off a computer. Um, Financially is the competition. Like, as a man, it's a pissing contest when financially, you know, a man is getting more money than you and he's gloating, throwing it in your face about the things that you can't do to keep up. Well, Gotti, you're out the race. Roski, you a question because you talk all this big 36,000 hour shit. We got evidence that you posted a whole post on Facebook when you got your Section 8. You sound like one of these chicks in the homeless shelter around the corner. But he made a big post saying you hype, mad emojis, the day that you got your Section 8. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, but don't talk this money shit, Mr. $36 an hour. Great job. You look crazy when your baby mom's calling you a deadbeat on Facebook, saying you don't do nothing for your children, so you're not even providing. Because now, let's say you don't spend time with your children, but you send that bread out. A lot of women still won't highlight that you don't spend time. She wouldn't be saying the things she's saying about you on social media. But those are the things that's come out on social media. Then it's like you yourself on social media tells the world who you are. Then you try to portray an image of this hard-working civilian guy, but then you don't know which side of the coin you want to be on. One day you're armed rental cop, the next day you're a gangster crip nigga that's with the shits. You don't know where you at in life. You're not sure what role you want to play yet. So you change faces per video. I get it. I understand. You're chasing views. You're gonna go with whatever the day calls for. But what you don't realize is that's why you don't have no longevity. That's why you're not winning. This is why you cannot hit 1,000 subscribers and you're so close. Now that's the funny part that they don't realize. This is what's gonna break his heart. You don't have content. You don't have real content. So an individual like yourself, you have to do StreamYards to get watch time minutes. Other than that, your lack of content, your lack of stories, lack of representation, and articulation. You can't hold someone's attention long enough to gain any real watch time minutes. Now, according to YouTube, there's a requirement that comes with 6,000 watch time minutes. So you'd have to get all the people that watch your videos to give you time to actually pay attention to you long enough for you to obtain a level of watch time. Your clickbait titles get people to go in there. But about 2 minutes into your live or less, everybody exits out. Majority of the people end up leaving when they see that it was another clickbait title. So you stole a quick view, but you didn't get the sub, you didn't get the watch time. Back to the drawing board. And you would think after a year in the struggle, this dude would have improved his strategy. You've been at a standstill for over a year. Out of everybody on his platform, it took you the longest to get to 1,000. Why wouldn't you try a different approach? Why would you still thinking that trollism is the way for you? You could call what I did or do, whatever you want to call it. I produce real content. I make real videos. I have a real nighttime StreamYard talk show that actually goes up in participation about real life topics, not people. You see, they say it's the brilliant people that discuss ideas and inventions in social gatherings. It's the ignorant people who discuss people and other people's business while in a social gathering. So now when you spend 4 hours on a live titled about me, talking about me, you're only showing your level of ignorance and lack of ability to host a productive live, to create a good content video, an interesting story that came from you and your creativity. Not your opinion, not your slander, not your lies. Your genuine experiences or research. Now, what you dudes do, partial research. You look for something, you think you found it, then you spin the narrative. As humans, even if a person laughs or jokes at it in the beginning, eventually you're going to lose their interest when you get too silly with the lies. When you start going too far-fetched, you start to lose people's attention. I'm on face. Click, X. Whatever. X. Oh, he's bugging out now. X. I guarantee you turn off at least 30, 20 people every video. You don't know how to will people in. You try to come off as this likable guy, this good civilian guy. You try to appeal to the civilians on YouTube. But then you try to obtain an image for the gangsters on YouTube. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're doing. You don't even know what lane of content you produce. You don't even have a set content genre. What do we know you for? What do dudes know you for? What's the highlight of your channel? Slander? Because it's not even factual. Slander. And it's not just me that you slander. You mention whoever's jinking in the algorithm. You go as far as to depicting your own narrative with your own definitions of what happened. Prime example. He's the type of dude to sit here and say, oh, you let Corey King treat you like a puppy. You let Corey King treat you like a pop-off dummy. This, that, and the third. Now, I use that as an example to show you how a particular narrative is painted. This is how the narrative is painted. One, y'all see, CK, my man, shout it out, it's the icy. But we've had our fallouts. And in those fallouts, you see, I don't handle anybody differently. I don't care who you are. If you're a man, I'm going to handle you the same way when it gets to a conflict level, a debate that gets a little heated, whatever. I handle everybody the same way. Nobody's exempt. We all men. It's so real, I got to constantly deal with the question of how did you do a fall from grace on Corey King and y'all still cool? Because it wasn't personal. It wasn't slander. It was an emotional tirade that we both went through. We both put out videos we had no business doing. We moved past that. That's what real niggas do. Now, when you incorporate slander, lies, and go out your way to try to paint a fucked up picture of someone, you're going to always leave a very, very nasty taste in your mouth. A taste so nasty, you're never going to be able to gain retribution from there. It's not going to happen. Now, these individuals won't know nothing about that. They're what you would call an internet thug. They don't understand how in the real world, you're held accountable for what you say. In the real world, you're held accountable for defamation and slander. Only on YouTube, you can do it safely without a consequence. As long as you stay within the guidelines, etc., right? Now, sometimes while you're caught up in this matrix of YouTube, and you get comfortable, like I say, been on here 5 years. This other dude over a year as a wingman. Been over there for years with him as a wingman before you try to do your own thing. You're used to trolling. You're used to being disrespectful, lying, slandering without a consequence. You got real comfortable behind your screen and computer to the point where you think there isn't a consequence for your actions on here. Even as far as to say it's only YouTube. Certain things should stay only YouTube. But it's funny. That's your definition after you, well, that's your disposition after you did a bunch of street shit. After you did a bunch of disrespectful shit that warrants a street response, you want to keep it YouTube. Even in that statement shows a lack of authenticity. In entertainment, you're going so hard to portray an image, you put yourself in a position where now you got to fake an image you portrayed for a video. Not realizing that when that video goes off, you better really have that image because you still got to answer up for that video. Still got to answer up for that video. Whether that's you answering up directly from me or you answering up from somebody else that you disrespected via video. Like, yo, I laugh at the fact that you got this dude talking about he could have been one on Queen's flip and all this other shit. Really? I would like to support, I would like to see that DM or that invite. I know that's another lie. But you have to understand who we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. Now, me being an individual that strives for authenticity, I try to have the one channel where we keep it a wrap. The one channel where you're going to get the real truth. And if it's something I want to tell you the truth about, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you now I can't put that on the internet. We're not going to talk about that right now. But my whole objective, my whole niche is to be the one thing on here that you know you're going to get it real. Raw. But it's like, man. This is my competition. These are the individuals that you would call my competition. There's no competition. I'm in a class of my own when you mention these dudes. There is no comparison. In high school, prison, or any other place outside of you, even on YouTube, you would have never been able to sit at the same table as me. Respectfully. From school to prison to any social gathering, VIP section, present day. You would never be even allowed to sit next to me. And that's not because of what I would do to you physically or because of our personal disagreements, no. By the level, the classes, the food chain, you wouldn't even be sitting at the same table as me, beloved. You wouldn't even be on the same floor. But you speak about me like you're my equal. you speak to me like you're half the man I am. You dudes expose daily who you would be in an interrogation room. Who's gonna snitch on the indictment that you're on? You show us daily your true colors. These are the same individuals that went to live and had the nerve to say on live that, in other words, I'm a fool for not snitching on the individuals that shot that kid because it was a kid. Like, wait, what? You said what? That statement, that argument in itself describes the characters we are referring to. They are everything I'm against. They are my exact opposite. And they openly tell the world who they are daily. But you know what kills me? It's up to the people, us the people that don't like it, that don't agree with it, that know it's not authentic. Yo, bro, it's up to us to fade them. All we have to do is not watch. And like I said, I don't discourage or encourage anybody away from or to any of their channels. I make your own decision, depending on how you would like to be entertained. You make your own decision. And if you in here, if you find my content interesting, I know ultimately you're gonna make the right decision. Because nobody likes to be lied to. Think back to even when we were kids. Look how you felt when you found out Santa wasn't real. Looking at your mother like, how dare you betray me like that? But it's the truth. Nobody likes to be lied to and manipulated. And that's the only thing going on over there. Lies and manipulation. To control a narrative. Out of being bitter. Out of feeling the need to retaliate for a door you opened. This is the truth. Alright? This is the truth. No slander. No propaganda. Not once calling these men out their name. Not once calling them anything other than who they are. Who they displayed to us. Who they represent. Literally. Now, my question is this. When do you think they're going to give up? I can ignore them after this video for the next 6 months like I did the last time. They're going to mention me every day. I just went to jail for 3 months. They couldn't stop talking about me. I wasn't even out here. They kept my name relevant by trying to slander it. And do y'all not understand? And I know y'all would be like, where is this coming from? Why is this hate so great? You can Google it. Ohsobosslylive pulls up on and just see who pops up. Now, a couple people are going to pop up, but it's the one that didn't come outside that I'm referring to. Now, when he didn't come outside, you killed this fake YouTube gangster image that you've been portraying all this time. You kill that image when you don't answer up to the opportunity to show and prove. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you this question. After how many times do you put somebody's house to take care of business and then they don't come outside to take care of business? How many times you gonna go back? How many times would you really go back over there knowing he's not gonna come out? I went twice. I went back. I went back the second time because he kept talking about like, nigga, you come back, nigga. I dare you come back. So I went back and gave him a double shot at the title, bro. Not because I think my life goal is to be out here fighting YouTubers. Or I want to be out here fighting YouTubers. Though. It was strictly about respect. Trying to bring an issue to head. Bring it to head because you've been trolling me, internet banging for a year. A year of being disrespectful, talking all this gang shit, saying that you want to do this, saying you want to do that. But all you want to do is internet beef. I don't want to internet beef. You're messing up my long-term goal. You're messing up the image I'm trying to present. You end up messing up my content for the day or prolonging the content I want to do for the day because now I have to address ignorance. And it's like, we know you're not an outside nigga. Cool. I don't knock you for not being an outside nigga. You're not a gangster. Cool. I don't knock you for not being a gangster. If you don't want no problems, cool. I'm not forcing problems on nobody who doesn't want a problem. That's when I start becoming an oppressor, a bully. But when all you doing is talking gangster, saying you won't smoke, disrespecting me, lying on me, slandering me, going out your way to let me know how you truly feel, I want to see if you really have that energy. Because I have that energy, and I ain't even presented like that. I really, really have the energy you threaten to have. But I try to conceal it because that ain't going to get me nowhere in life. That ain't going to do nothing for me. I learned that the hard way. Thinking the gangster shit was going to get me some money or thinking, no, it don't. Get you locked up. It gets you cut off out of circles because now niggas are scared to have you around. It gets you excommunicated from the regular people of society. And that's the reality. Upon my level of maturity, I realized that. Now, I can't hide who I was because unfortunately I was forced to be that way for so long. It became a habit I'm trying to break. So now in trying to break that habit, old habits are hard to break. You end up relapsing, doing the same old shit again. But these dudes don't realize, as much as I try not to, the hardest thing to do as a pit bull, you're knowing that you like to get crazy, hardest thing to do is avoid someone who keeps poking you. Just keep poking you, poking you, poking you, poking you. Look, I'm getting annoyed. Just keep doing this to the screen. And I ain't even touching you. It's getting annoying though, right? How many times can someone really poke you before you try to bite that hand off, man? Stop touching me. It's been so much patience you can exude, right? And when I finally blow up and I address these individuals and make myself look stupid, that's because I've been poked too many times. See, now I realize that they just poking. So even though it's annoying, the last few posts, I turned into content. I used as a message to still deliver content to the people without focusing on a pigeon, without focusing on a loser. There was no need to poke them. I turned a fact. My troll being a deadbeat dad. His girl posted it on Facebook. I turned that fact into a 2-hour live that brought out so much positive dialogue with men that would have probably never spoke about that on behalf of this deadbeat. We were able to educate or shed light on situations that some of these dudes probably wasn't expecting. Probably wasn't expecting their eyes to even see differently by something we said. I used your truth and taught a life lesson. That's what we're doing over here in the Boston Cafe. Trying to turn every negative to a positive. Period. And that's how you flex. I don't have to stoop to these dudes' level. I have genuine intellect. I have jewels that can take you way farther than any war story I can tell you. So if I gotta use a troll as an example to get that message out, that's what we're gonna do. Because the goal is the message. The goal is the message. So like I said, I'm working on turning every negative to a positive. Even these two weirdos. They sat here today, y'all, and went on Queen's Flip video of our interview and used every single troll account that they created to build their subscribers up. They used every fake email that they created trying to steal subscribers. Every email they used that they had to log into, they commented. They logged in and went press the thumbs down. They tried everything in their power to stop my shine. Right now, big shout out to Queen's Flip. We did a ban every hour that video been posted so far. We did 1,000 views every single hour that video been posted so far. No less than 1,000 plus views. Big shout out to Queen's Flip. Thank you again for that opportunity, my boy. And I promise, man, from here it only goes up. We're not gonna blow that opportunity. See, when you got individuals like that, these dudes that never got that opportunity and don't have a content, don't have a story, don't have a legacy to be worth that opportunity. They don't. So they'll never land in that seat. It's never gonna happen. That reality for an individual that sees this as his dream purpose, that hurts. That hurts. That's a super blow to the ego, especially when you see the one dude you hate most living out your fantasy, living out your personal dream. I know it hurts. I know it do. I know. I know it. I know it hurts here. You're never gonna say it out here. We won't even get it out of you like this. You know, because that's when you're the bravest with your fingers. We won't even get it out like that. And like, all honesty, as much as I would love to physically put my hands on the dude I got his channel faded, him, he showed me the last few days This hurt him more than any ass whooping I could have gave him. That hurt him more than any ass whooping I could have conjured. You know why? Within 30 days, that busted lip would have sealed up with the saliva. That black eye started bringing back to his regular complexion. 30 days. Even people would have stopped talking about the video in 30 days. But you know what he can't do in 30 days? Get monetized again. You can't. Guaranteed. Now, the blessing with that is, even if he tries to buy views, they're going to catch it. Even if he tries to buy subscribers, he's not going to get the watch time minutes. He's going to flunk. And that was never my goal, to see you fail. That's some hater shit. I never wish failure on nobody. But you, my man, even though I don't wish failure on you, I enjoyed being the individual that handicapped the platform that was being used to slander me. You get it? That was an achievement. I snatched the gun out your hand. I took the one weapon that you were using to attack me away from you. Give me that. Give me that. Shut up. Now shut up. Jump in other people's chats, and you're going to work for free for the next few months. You're going to beg for cash apps like the rest of us when we was up and coming trying to build before we got our monetization. It's time you humble yourself and remember you're still a peasant, respectfully. And I say that because like you're at the bottom of the feeding pole, like the bottom. I will feed a pigeon before you. And that's because of who you show the world you are. Your lack of morals, your lack of respect, your lack of discipline, even to how you handle your grandmother. Look at you. You're a disgrace to the black man. You're not successful, you're lazy. All you do is talk down on the people that look like you. You got nothing going for yourself. You don't even have no real dreams. The one platform you had to actually make a difference in your life, to actually build, giving you an opportunity to give others an opportunity. The one thing that you were given to do something good with, you use to troll. You use to try to put down other individuals doing the same thing you doing. You try to look down on individuals for using the same techniques that you use. You're clowning people in the same profession as you. Like, wait, what? Who are you? Not only that, most of the people that you clown and you target are doing better than you. They're your leading competitor. You're not even in the same weight division. And I know that shit hurts, man. I know it hurts. And you know why he's so hurt? I got a bet. It's going to take him another 2 to 3 months. And he's already at 500 on his backup channel. But it's going to take him at least 3 months minimum to get back to that 1,000 subscribers. I will bet it takes him at least 3 months minimum to get monetized again. Now, mind you, that's only because you've been on here for 5 years trolling. So you do have a few weirdos who do tune into you every day, who do watch you. Because now, one thing about YouTube, there's a genre for everybody. Doesn't matter what kind of person you are, you can find a YouTube creator that's your kind of person that talks about the things that hold your interest. So of course you're gonna have a few weirdos who can relate to you because they're liars. They like that. Like, they like the fantasy stuff. They like the slander. There's always the few weirdos who are gonna commend you. But these are the same individuals that would have sat at the same table as you in that cafeteria that I was talking about earlier. They'd have sat over there with you. You're the same ones that have been up north. There is no table. You're gonna sit on the floor at the handball courts. Like, you'd have always been in that crowd because people don't realize there's social elites in everything in life. As humans, that's what we do. We group up, we make networking ties. Yeah, on the next live, we can talk about more of this on the next live. I usually like to put some content out before my open mic to give dudes something to comment on. You feel me? But now, back to the topic at hand. And again, I'm not saying individuals' names, even though you know who I'm talking about, because I'm not trying to pass no clout to a clout chaser. And I'm also not even trying to embarrass them. This one ain't even trying to embarrass me. This is strictly calling a spade a spade. This is how you literally kill someone with the truth. It's how you hurt a dude's feelings with just being honest. Spitting undebatable facts. Period. And that's how I've been winning thus far. They don't get that. I've been winning thus far from authenticity, being real, being the same nigga all the time, with everyone handling everyone accordingly, but still leveling up and making necessary changes along the way. This is why I'm winning. They went as far as to trying to blame Miss Playful, trying to make allegations saying that she done brought views and subscribers for me. Bro, I have never in my career bought a fucking subscriber, bro. I've never in my career brought a fucking view. Did I think about it before? Yeah, I think we all did. But as soon as you think about it and you Google it, they tell you YouTube will catch it and you lose your channel. So that was a deterrent, especially when I got a couple K on my own organically. It was no need. And this is just what I'm trying to highlight about individuals that don't have it but want it. When they don't have it, but they crave it so much, when they don't have something they crave, they get jealous of the people who do have it. You end up getting jealous. Like, think about it. Your homeboy, even as kids, your homeboy get a new pair of sneakers or something, or a new bike that you couldn't get or that you wanted, that you didn't get because your mama couldn't afford it or she just said no. We all felt that little tinge of jealousy before. Even as kids, over a candy, a toy, an article of clothing, a car, jewelry, or an individual's lifestyle. It's a fact, whether we want to admit it out loud or not. Yo, salute, Steve C. Thank you, King. We all experienced that feeling before. It's how we handle it outwardly that determines who we are. How, like, that you understand what I'm saying? You can have the thoughts, but it's your actions that determine your character, that define your character, so to speak. You feel me? So now it's like, oh, man. What was I saying? I just got lost because I was reading this comment. Yeah, that's a fact, Miss Playful. He does buy subs. That's the only way he would ever. I know he does. Nobody likes him. There's people that watch you that wouldn't click the sub button. But what was I saying real quick? If anybody was following me before I lost track because I was going somewhere, I realized I can't read comments when I'm talking. I can't, like, when I read comments when I'm talking, I get distracted. If I'm talking, it's someone else trying, like, something goes on, it's distracting. I gotta be focused when I'm talking. But overall, like I said, I'm not even trying to come up here on a attack them slander campaign. This is not what this is for. This is me reminding them, as much as you hating on me, as much as you hate on me, as much as you make a million videos about me, as much as you try to lie and slander me, how does it feel to have to use me to eat, dog? You don't mention me and my mans in your video. You don't eat the same. Your videos don't hit the same number. Not even close. So now I start to wonder, is it a obsession? Is it like your jealousy just so deep rooted you can't control yourself? I don't know. Put that to the side. There's a million other YouTube creators that do way better than me. Way better than me. Quick question. Why is it would you want to attack someone who's working on your level? Who's coming from the same struggle as you? It's genocide, dude. Like, y'all are actually a definition of, like, the bottom of the barrel, in my opinion. Like, y'all really envy me. And in return, the words that you use in your lives try to make it look like I envy you. Try to make it look like I'm stalking you niggas. Like I'm delusional. Like, everybody been watching. Everybody sees that it's y'all on here clout chasing. But you out here really trying to sell your narrative. Now I have to ask myself, are you just trying to sell your narrative by talking some bullshit? Or do you really believe that in your head? Or do you really believe that in your head? I'm not sure. And loyalty is everything. I know I'm not on his level already. I know. And and pardon me, I just had to answer a text. Somebody in the chat wants to pull up and say some funny shit, but we're gonna do that tonight on an open mic. I will never pay to be a troll on God. We have a different vision, bro. I got much love. Yo, Steve C. Salute. I know that, man. You tuned in. You showed love. You actually came in, visited the Boston Cafe. A lot of people tuned in, but they never actually stopped in and made a visit. So, salute. King, I know who you are. I know what you look like. Yo, bad vibes. That's really you? Yo, niggas did like 20 videos on you. Shit crazy. Yo, Mac been 100. I want all of y'all, right? When I get off this live, for those who know who they are, check it out. For those who don't, I'm doing you a favor by not even sending you down over there on some negative stuff. Like, not only that, I'm not going to cross promo individuals who are actually doing everything in their power to try to sabotage my success. So as much as you see me shout out people's platforms and spread the love, I never have a problem doing that. On the other hand, why would I promote someone who's trying to sabotage me? So we're not doing that. I will never mention their names. Bro, they got 9 videos about me in 1 week. There's only 7 days in a week. So which means on more than one day that week, I took so much of your thought, I consumed so much of your thought process. You made multiple videos about me. Now, mind you, there's 2 channels attacking me. So that's probably 9 videos on just one of their channels. We're not even counting them combined. And that's the terrible part. I don't think y'all realize. I have 2 men, grown men, with that obsession, who are working together with obsession with me. They literally have an obsession with me. And I understand we was beefing. I pulled his skirt up. He had on a Barbie pink thong, he's embarrassed that I pulled his skirt up. So now he's on a lifelong mission to sabotage me. It's cool. It comes with the game. It comes with the game. They gotta dream about me. You do 4 or 5 hour lives. You change the topic for about 5 to 10 minutes. As soon as it gets dead, you mention me. All right? Salute. That's a courtesy, not a bow. I'm flexing. Now, with that being said, how does that make you feel? That I'm literally the only thing that makes your videos pop? How does that make you feel? If you're not talking about me, CK, or one of the New York Bloods, Wildcat, you don't pass 500-600 views. I'm talking about in a 5-6 month period. You don't pass that. But now you put my name in the title, you do more than 1,000 views in 5-6 hours. I understand why you won't stop. I get it. I get why you won't stop. It's going to hurt to change the content and nobody comes back. Nobody cares about what you have to say now. You don't realize they're not tuning in to hear what you have to say. They're tuning in to hear more about me, not to hear what you have to say, brother. That's why when you try to mention anything outside of me, your views flunk, they sink. Now, what I'm trying to understand is this. I challenge everybody to prove me wrong. Go look. Go look. Your only consistency is when you mention us, man. Other than that, you jump around. Nobody comes to your channel unless they come to see you talk bad about somebody. Why? Because as humans, people always tune in or get more interested with the spicy, slanderous dirt. That's always going to try to catch people's attention. But y'all don't even do that correctly. Y'all try to, but then you end up lying to the people. And then when they know that you lying, they don't want to hear you. They end up leaving. Yo, Stacks, I know they're obsessed. That doesn't, bro, let me tell you something. Somebody sends me their live in my inbox. Now, when they send me their live, they're like, yo, boy talking about you. Go on there and violate. I said no. But I hit him up on his IG. And I told him, you're going to forever have my dick. Like, I'll violate. You're going to forever have my dick in your mouth. I make you lit. I give you your views. But you ain't shit without me. I made you. You need to stop being rude and say thank you. Pay homage. If your videos do nothing without me, I'm feeding you. Whether you want to admit it or not, I'm daddy. I say, I'm feeding you. Say, I'm feeding you because you can't win. You can't put up the same numbers when you don't mention me. Your videos don't have the same level of success without me in them, without the gang in them. And neither one of y'all's gang. Nobody likes y'all. Nobody giving y'all interviews. Niggas actually wish y'all would get the fuck out of the way. Get out of here. Nobody cares about your content. Nobody cares about you. We don't even care if you're on YouTube or not. We only remember you when you put our names in the title. We don't care about you. It's the truth. And I know some people are like, damn, he's going hard. Nah. I have 2 stalkers, ladies and gentlemen, that have been harassing me for over a year, trolling me until I answer, making countless videos, same way I did to get Flip's attention. But the thing is this, I'm not on Flip level. So they're not doing it as a propel to the next level. They doing it out of jealousy, trying to steal my views, trying to steal my flow, trying to steal my supporters. If they weren't trying to steal my supporters, they wouldn't be trying to push me down on their way up. But that's what they do. They try to push you down on their way up because they can't come up without you. Them as a person, as an individual, they don't have a story. Their life was whack. Most of the time, they was probably in the house because they had no friends. You can't act like that and keep friends. Look how they flip on each other. Look at the disloyal shit they done to each other. Listen to me. Watch any of their lives. I'm talking about the ones specifically that have a bunch of other names and then my name too. Mark my word. In those lives, when they do touch on separate topics about individuals, soon as the chat go dead, no more feedback, I'm the defibrillator. Clear. I'm the defibrillator. I bring it back jumping. They got to start talking about me again. Bro, I watched it. I don't want to there like, what the fuck? What they really be doing? Like, you really be sitting on here this whole time talking about me? Let me see. Let me see what they really be doing. And I can't even stay quiet because I'm not a creep. If I'm watching you talk crazy, I'm dropping a comment. I'm not hiding. And it's like, y'all not tired yet? Over a year, y'all not tired of talking about me? Do y'all not realize that y'all probably helped my channel grow and trying to hurt my channel? And you trying to go out there and tell this crazy story, you're showing the world that I have a story to tell. An interesting story that you might have seen on TV, on Lifetime or something. A great story. So whether you realize it or not, brother, they gonna stick around. Regardless how they feel about me, they gonna stick around for the story. Because I got the story. I got amazing story. I got amazing content. Real content. Certified, authenticated content. Not slander, no lies. And that hurts a fake nigga. A real nigga is always going to be extremely intimidating to a fake nigga. Why? Just your presence. Just your presence is a threat to my existence as a fake nigga. Because now they have a comparison. Putting you next to me, they gonna see what's real and what's fake. So any fake nigga's biggest fear is to be stuck in comparison with a real nigga. And this is what happens. They'd be there lying and shit, probably on their shit lying. Somebody be like, oh shit, Bossy Live, I'm going over there. And that'll start the hate. What? Fuck out of here. That nigga be hate. That nigga be lying. Nobody know that nigga. Fuck out of here, man. Jail nigga. Go in and out of jail. Whoa, you alright? Oh, he shoot 11-year-old kids and shit. Whoa. You read the court documents, did you? Or did you read a newspaper story? Oh, I think you read a newspaper story. Like, you got a lot of people saying they see the paperwork. Newspaper articles are not paperwork. Please understand that. One of the reasons why y'all know it's true is because I never ran from the truth. I put it out there. I put it out there subtly in the beginning. And when I came on YouTube, I didn't go into details because the gang, the real ones that knew me prior to YouTube knew the story. It's nothing that you want to glorify. It is still a heinous crime. I'm a human being. I still got feelings. I know right from wrong. I was just in an ignorant state of mind at the time. So naturally, as a grown man, I understand this is not something you want to glorify. But just because I'm not glorifying and promoting it doesn't mean I'm hiding or running from it. That's taking acceptance that that's not something I want to be known for. But because certain people know about it, I don't mind letting it be known what really happened. But please, for a second, understand, I'm never going to let that shit define me. I'm never going to let that be why my life, my future, my daughter's future, my potential career was stagnated. Nah, because there's way more to me than that. I possess so many skills and talents I ain't even present yet because, like I said, hard work pays off in time. Certain doors are open, certain things have changed as I keep on sticking to the script, remaining steadfast on the grind. Then these other talents that I possess, these other platforms to showcase these talents that I possess will open up for me. Then they'll open up for me. This is what I'm doing. Ain't nobody gonna take that from me. Nobody. Like I said, I got an amazing story. Whether you look at me crazy, look at me as a stand-up nigga, look at me as the nigga trying to be better. However you see me, man. No, I gotta go. I'm on a mission. No troll, no hater, no comment, no felony conviction is gonna stop that. Because at the end of the day, y'all here for entertainment, correct? You're not here as a jury to make a final decision on my character. At the end of the day, y'all came to YouTube to be entertained. Y'all came to YouTube by being entertained to see some real shit from a real nigga. I'm not perfect. And that's as real as it gets. Period. I'm not perfect. And that's as real as it gets. Now, there's so many things that I do got going good for myself. There's so many things that I do better than average person. I'm a go hard. I'm extremely ambitious. I strive to be the best in anything I do. Even when I'm not the best, I don't want to be the worst. So I go hard. And because of that, I excel in certain things. And more things than most because it's called applying yourself. I always apply myself. I'm competitive. Now with that, I'm going to get my just due. And I'm not going to settle for less, man. I'm not accepting no less than what I'm working to get. And the one part I want to touch on again, y'all got to remember, man, as humans, sometimes we allow ourselves to allow our emotions to supersede our thought pattern and actually make us make a bad decision, right? I need y'all to understand that's exactly why I never took this case to trial. I was not going to win this case based on facts or fiction. I was guaranteed going to lose based on the evidence presented and the testimony of an 11-year-old boy. the sympathy that would have brung from the jury, the crowd, it wouldn't have been about the evidence no more. Emotion would have took over that courtroom, and I would have got a guilty verdict. Because at the end of the day, I was at the door. I was there. I was at the fucking door. I was standing right there at the door. I rung the fucking door back. You understand me? I was just as guilty as the nigga that pulled the trigger. I was just as guilty. Not guilty for his actions. Understand the difference. So now me understanding the name of the game, me understanding how this would have played out. Damn. If a nigga would have ratted, I would still went to jail because I played a part, nigga. I lined it. Yeah, come to the door, yeah. I look crazy. I'm going to jail regardless. I don't get it. And when I was gonna go to jail and be a rat. So you're gonna go to jail as a rat. I'd have been doing time still. I'd have been miserable. I'd have been disowned by my family. And every day I'd have been going through some fucked up shit because I didn't stick to the script. There was no wins for me in that situation. The only win for me in that situation was not compromising my morals, my principles, and my integrity. That's it. It's the only thing I benefited out of this whole shit was knowing that I stick to my guns, boy. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna hold mine. I'm gonna stand firm. A lot of these niggas can't say that. They was never even placed in that position to be tested as men to see where they stand in the face of adversity. So who the fuck are they to judge me? Who are you to judge me? Throwing it all on the table, not taking no shorts, not giving no excuses. This is what I did. I was out of pocket. I took the time. But I'm not gonna sit here and let you play me out or treat me like scum that I'm not, because I remain firm to a code you don't subscribe to. The world don't work like that. And a lot of us get caught up in our feelings and make judgment on shit we got no business judging. Ain't our place. It ain't my place. I ain't God. And nobody else in this chat is. So with that being said, that's the only individual I'm worried about judging me. Because now, out the 98 people, 97 people that's in this chat, right? I don't know all y'all stories. But I do know like-minded individuals like like-minded things. So a lot of the people that do rock me, that come in here, come from my walk of life. Or they're intrigued with my walk of life. So they have that similar mentality, that similar interest to certain things. That alone, I'm sure there's things in your life you've done I may personally not agree with. Who the hell am I to judge you? Unless you're still doing it. That's still who you're trying to be. You can't knock a nigga. You can't judge a nigga that's trying to do something different. You got to give an individual the chance to change. Because a lot of us were victims to circumstance. Not escaping the fact that some of us made the decisions that put us in our present positions. But a lot of us were victims of circumstance, man. Adapting to the environment, walking in light of what you think is right because of how you were taught, because of your upbringing. So you can never ever from the outside looking in without knowing the full story, cast judgment on someone. And even with the full story, cast judgment, because now it's like, who are you to judge? Not even being funny, we all do it. But it's up to the wise man, the open-minded person, to be open-minded about certain shit. Because if you write off every person that was involved in some fuck shit, if you write off every single person that made mistakes in their life as unredeemable, you're going to create an environment of dead souls with nothing to be positive about, with nothing to live for outside of themselves. With you're going to create a group of individuals who literally don't care about doing the right thing no more. That's going to actually poison the communities in the planet, if you ask me. You put a bunch of people and not give them a positive incentive, a reward for positivity, you're going to create pure chaos. You got individuals with no incentive, no reward, nothing good coming their way, regardless of what they do. There's no motivation to do the right thing. And we all know, unfortunately, doing the wrong thing is a lot easier. So now, being members of our community, what kind of message are we trying to convey? Forget who we were. Who you were is what makes you the person you are today. It's all about who you are today, who you trying to be tomorrow, and what you're doing for your community and your family, bro. That's what matters. The past doesn't matter. How many women you know were whores, sluts, their whole youth? Find that one dude who don't know their past. Now she's Betty Crocker, wife, cook, clean, indoors, living her happily ever after. Why? Because she met someone that didn't judge her and gave her a chance to win. Gave her a chance to obtain the American dream still, regardless of her past. And yeah. This is why, like, if you know something about me, in the Little Red Book, Mouth to Song, right? My lips is mad dry, that's why I keep licking my lips. But there's a book called The Little Red Book. It's a war strategy book called by Mao Tse-tung, a Chinese military general, wrote the book. And he says something in that book. He says, you always give a man out. Like, I can't remember it verbatim. That's why you see me taking a second trying to get it out. I can't remember it verbatim, but I'm just going to get the jewel out. You can't. The fuck, these niggas beefing in the chat. Whoa. I thought y'all niggas was cool. You just introduced me to him, bigging each other up. What the fuck is going on? See, this YouTube shit is crazy. One comment and go left. Oh, that's not stats? I'm about to say. All right, copy. All right, fake account. I'm about to say, what's going on? That's the one that introduced me to you. All right, salute. Yeah. So where was I? I got. You see, it did get spicy in the chat. I got distracted real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. You know, I got to play referee sometimes, man. Sometimes the people in the stands be wilding. Bossy, that's not the real. All right, copy. Oh, where was I? Yo, Green Eyes, give me a minute. We're gonna come back. I'm about to get up this live in a second. Get something to drink. And I'm going back live. It's 11:28. By like 11:45, I'm gonna do my open mic and give y'all opportunity to speak on this, because I definitely need some feedback. I give y'all a lot of jewels in this one. I opened up and said a lot of things, you feel me? Hopefully y'all were receptive to it. Hopefully y'all understand where I was going or what I'm trying to project, put out there. Hopefully y'all see it. Hopefully y'all respect it. And like I said, similar mind. Like-minded people like-minded things. There's no way in hell we rocking like this. Y'all rocking with me. And we have this like mind, and y'all don't agree with some of these like-minded things I'm throwing out there about these dudes doing the opposite of a like-minded individual. And even down to my choice of words, man, I'm trying to work on being more articulate, slowing down with the cursing, slowing down smoking on screen. Like I said, I have many imperfections, so I'm not judging nobody. But I call a spade a spade. I will basically base my assessment on you from what you show me, but I won't make a final judgment on you. Oh, I remember what I was saying before I got caught up in the comments because of that right there. Look, in the Little Red Book by Mao Tse-tung, it's a war strategy book. Now, unfortunately, when you're in jail, you're gang banging, you end up finding yourself reading a lot of war strategy books because it applies to the environment 120%. Now, in that book, they actually say you never force a man into war, you know? Because now, when you forcing a dude in this situation, you're gonna make him react in an extreme way. He's gonna overreact out of fear and self-preservation alone because of the push, the shove. Same thing with a mouse. If you put a mouse in the corner, a mouse will run from you all day, won't bite you at all until you put it in a corner and reach for it. You back that little mouse in the corner and try to pick it up. It's the only time he's gonna actually bite you. Under any other circumstance, that mouse is gonna take off running. It's the same thing. You always give a man a way out. You never force a man into a situation that he doesn't want. You make sure if it's gonna go there, this is what you chose. So now, regardless how this plays out, ain't nothing on my conscience. I don't feel like I was a bully. I don't feel like I oppressed nobody. I don't feel like I took advantage of nobody. I gave you what you asked for. Why did I say you got what you asked for? Because I always give individuals multiple opportunities to backpedal, multiple opportunities to let dogs lay where they at. All right, we can leave it right there, bro. Go your way, I go mine. Anything after that final attempt at reconciliation, anything outside of that, there's no redemption now because I gave you your opportunity. I took the high road and was willing to meet you halfway by saying, forget this shit. Even if you violated first, I was willing to let you get away with the violation as long as it came with an apology, an understanding of what we wasn't going to do no more. That's grown man business. That's a man that truly understands the losses that come with beef, losses that come with war, sacrifice. Because guess what? Losses come with that victory, whether you want to accept it or not. Those losses come in different shapes, forms, and fashions too. But with war and beef comes losses and sacrifice, whether you want to ever acknowledge that or not. So now, before it goes there, man, before it goes there, you got to really assess the situation. What you be losing? What's at risk? Your potential of winning, your chances at losing. You got to really make a full analysis of the situation. Not only that, you have to fully analyze the individuals that you're dealing with. Because in some cases, you got to think for these individuals. They can't think for themselves. They're just taught, go, go. You can't expect common sense from someone who knows nothing but ignorance. All right? So you still, in light of knowing where it's going to go, You humble down and you always give a nigga the opportunity to walk away. Especially, you know, like me, I know I'm effective, bro. I can lose. I'm not superhuman. I'm not super strong, none of that. I'm just effective. I know how to win. I know how to win. Like, I'm going to strike first. I'm going to strike hard. And I'm going to strike smart. I'm going for the win. I'm not playing the same game you playing, chasing clout. I just want the victory. I don't care how it comes. I just want the victory. I'm going for the W. So with that being said, when I'm coming like that, when you playing to win, sometimes you got to take things further than expected because you went into this with a by any means necessary mentality, mindset. So now, if I'm going into it with any means necessary, you end up using any means necessary. And sometimes you end up in a messed up situation due to the decisions you made and how ultimately the situation plays out because of the actions you took. Now, you sitting in jail, facing a life sentence, or doing 7.5 to 15 because of your criminal record for an individual that as soon as you gave it to him, started yelling, "Yo, you got it, I'm sorry. Yo, my bad." He would have been copped out had you given him a way out. But when you force a dude's hand, forgetting that that man's still peace standing up like you, what you expect to happen? Pride clash, egos hit, then sacrifices have to be made. And that's the reality, man. So now when you're not willing to, or if you're not ready to make a sacrifice, some things you just leave alone. Because ultimately you don't want to lose too much. Like they have something in the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, where they break down something called a Pyrrhic victory. Now, for those who don't know what a Pyrrhic victory is, a Pyrrhic victory is a victory that came at too great of a loss, which means you won, but you lost way too much to get that win. Now, with that being said, that's what I'm going through with these two idiots. It's a Pyrrhic victory for me because I can go win like this. I can go win right now. I know to find both of them right now, because of when you do whack shit, there's always gonna be somebody who respect real shit and decides to side with real. Now, unfortunately, in this world, people play dirty games. There's snakes in everybody's grass, and there's always someone that you thought loved you that wants to see you get hurt. So, because of that, I actually shout out to homeboy. I got his addy today. Now, with having that, it's like I still got to give you a way out because I know you're gonna tell. I know you don't really want no smoke, but you're trying to save face, so you're not taking the way out. You're trying to save face, so you're not taking the way out. But everything that you're saying in between that shows that you don't want no smoke. Now, this results back to what I was saying a second ago. When pride and ego gets involved, it's gonna be a clash between two men. Unless one of those men actually have the wisdom to dumb it down to accommodate the other man's pride or ego. With alpha males, or men, period, it's a superior inferior thing. There has to be a food chain or level of power established, or one man is always going to challenge the next man for a position of power or dominance. And that's not only on YouTube, that's in the world. That's men. So now, knowing that that's a fact that comes with anything, as long as you're dealing with men, keeping that in mind that now we're on YouTube in front of a large audience doing thousands of views. You damn right pride is going to get involved. Ego's going to get involved. And we're never going to get to the bottom of the truth on whether or not an individual, if I'd have whispered in your ear when no one's around, would you have took the walking papers? Would you have actually gracefully bowed out and took the way out? That we won't know now because unfortunately, is something that's going down in front of everybody. So you feel like you got to save face. You feel like you got to keep up this fake ass image you've been projected on here. Like the rest of us haven't seen it was fake. Like it's not genuine. Um, but yeah, yo, listen, we about to do this open mic. I got about 5 minutes. I'm coming back live in 5 minutes on StreamYard, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to pull up with me. We're gonna be talking about everything that transpired today, all over YouTube. So anybody's platform that you viewed today, anything that you've seen that you want to elaborate on or put the rest of us on so we could go tune in, pull up. Let's talk about it. If you would like to chime in about the Queen's Flip interview, interrogation room, good, bad, ugly, I would like to hear a lot of insights from the homies. I would like to hear from the homies about how you felt I handled the representation of the new school era and how you felt I handled addressing the older era. I would love to hear y'all opinions on all of this. Respectfully, like I said, we're a little late for the open mic, but I do it every night. So we lit. Make sure y'all pull up. I'll be back live in about 5 minutes. I'm actually about to start the live right now and play a couple of songs. So if y'all want to go wait, you're more than welcome to pull up. But that's what we're going to do, man. So salute. Thank y'all for tuning in. Respect the real, duck the fake. And you already know, man. Eat if I'm on the play. Iced out.